Okay, so we're going to be speaking about poverty, lack, richness and abundance, and the relevant mentalities which create those facets of our humanism. Now, we've all heard Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill, and law of attraction, The Secret, all those sort of things. We are what we think. Our thoughts create our worlds, and yet it's very difficult for most people to live that, even though they can grasp it from books and movies like the Secret. But they very quickly fall out of sync with it, because you have to be that variety of disposition to live it, unless you concentrate on it every day, and then it doesn't feel natural. For instance, I've never been the variety to consider that I have a loss or lack of anything. Just never was my thing. I've always had the belief that my belief will lead me to acquiring whatever it is that I wanted to. And the belief could manifest things just by thinking and believing, and on many occasions by actually putting in the work and actions. But if we do the actions and we have the belief, then it's amazing what we can achieve. And I've achieved many wonderful things in my life. And so when I hear people speaking about their poverty, and I'll speak to you, right, as I'm guiding the camera down there, so you've got more to look at. You can see what I can see. So when I listen to people speaking about their poverty and saying that £26 is a lot of money for a book, I wonder where that mentality is coming from. In this day and age, in the first world country, where we've got copious amounts of everything, and people could begrudge paying £26 for a book which potentially could change their lives. Particularly if somebody's been putting hundreds or thousands of hours into watching my videos, I would have thought that everyone would be, crying out for the release of a book which is coming from me. Because obviously it's going to be, at the very least, equally as good as what I've said in videos. But the chances are, because it's more thought out and presented, it's going to be even better. And I'm going to be picking all the best things I've ever said. And that actually is the case. And yet, people are so perturbed from investing in their future because they have created a realm of poverty for themselves. And one viewer says, I've got to concentrate on putting food on the table. Another one has kind of like give the impression of a certain pride in finding the free version, and telling everybody in the comments where they could get the free version as opposed to paying for it. And he states in his comment that I do that with all expensive books, and I've never paid a penny for any of them. And so my comment was, you can read it in one of the latest videos, and I say, well, he says at the end, I pray for your success and that money comes to you. And I'm like, well, I hope your prayers are powerful enough to encourage people to buy the book then, instead of taking your advice and taking it for nothing. If you're watching this video, I don't know what sort of poverty you're living in. Maybe you are really abject, poverty-stricken, and you think you're being kind by, presenting that option to other people who may literally really be emaciated and thread-borne with their clothes and all that sort of thing. I can't imagine that level of poverty in this, Western world country. I don't know, maybe you come from some far-flung place whereby you're still eating worms and bugs and stuff like that. I don't know, so I can't condemn you. But what I am offering here is a little bit of advice that you might want to think a little bit more about what you're doing. And I did say in the comment that, yeah, sure. I mean, what I did is I offered as an Amazon promotional thing 30 days free for those who have Kindle Direct. And then, of course, the book is for sale at $6.66 for Kindle. And so, anybody that's not got any money, really, even $6.66, it's like £5. If anybody really had a modicum of respect for what I do and for the book that they're going to be reading, I would have thought that the absolute least they would have done is bought the Kindle version. But, some people don't, and I'm still working out the psychology of that. Some people are exceedingly parsimonious, which means anal retentive and tight, and they will never consider why they should give anything for anything. It's always paramount in their agenda to get everything for nothing and think nothing of it. But you see, the world doesn't work like that, my friend. You will suffer the ramifications of karma, because what you give out in this world comes back to you. And so what I did say in the comment was, you can, seek out the free version, and you can get the free version on Kindle Direct. But you will not find spirit within that version. You will only find spirit in the manifestation of a paper copy. And when you are holding that, and you are holding 14 years of my life in your hands, and 9 months of every single day concentration and research, creating that book for you. I know many of my viewers, they will hold that book with the greatest of respect and have great pride in putting that on their bookshelf, or maybe even creating a bookshelf. If they've never read a book before or got any books, then that's the first. It's the turning over of a new leaf. But I know many of my viewers will absolutely treasure that book and make reference to it on many occasions, because as we grow spiritually, you'll always find more and more in that book. It is, in actual fact, the world's first spiritual Bible, because that book speaks from such a depth. And like I said in one of the previous videos, I never wrote that book. Aaron Berry, this egoic human essence thing, never wrote that book, people. The cosmos wrote that book. Cosmic consciousness, spirit, wrote that book. And because spirit is genius, then every single line and verse within that book is genius, because it comes from cosmic consciousness. And so anybody that is holding a paper copy and feeling that, and stopping to pause and feeling the pages, and rubbing their hands on the glossiness of the cover, feeling the weight of it, it's something. To have a book of that magnitude, it weighs 1.5 kilos, and yeah, I mean, lots of you are going to be proud owners, and like one of the long-term viewers said, it will be a collector's item at some stage. There's no doubt about that. And as I'm reading it now, encroaching on half the way through, I'm absolutely convinced of the magnitude of what is written, the message that is between those lines is deeply enriched with spirit. But for those who create their own poverty, it's a mindset, people. If you say, yeah, well, you can say that, Aaron, but I'm on benefit, or I've got a part-time job, and I've got 7 kids, and we're always struggling for this, that, and the other. I think, and I've made videos about this, many, before, And I've said, look, if you are more careful about what you spend, you're more selective, you price check everything, and you ask yourself, do you really need that? Then you'll find that you would be 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds better off every single week. Because I know when I've not had a lot of money, I've gone to the supermarkets and I've cross-checked prices and, go to different supermarkets. And I did a series of Down and Out in London where I was visiting soup kitchens and charities and sleeping in the subway doorways on cardboard boxes and all that sort of thing, because I wanted to experience what it was like, and is there a necessity to be homeless and to not have food. And there wasn't. I was eating salmon sandwiches, luxurious salmon sandwiches, which came from a very prestigious outlet of confectionery and sandwich production. But in these supermarkets who give to charities, they can only hold them one day as fresh, because the company doesn't want to sell anything which is going to be a detriment to their reputation. And so they have to be 12 hours old or young, and then they're off the shelf. And so we used to get, the charity used to get all those sandwiches. And I used to pay 50 pence for a sandwich, which was like £6.50. And so 50 pence for a bowl of gruel and, a good lump of bread and stuff like that. So there's no reason to be in poverty. If you think you're in poverty, you create your own reality. If you think and grow rich, then you will. If you think about saving money, then you'll find ways. If you think about earning money, then there will be opportunities for you. And if you think that you are going to be gifted, then you will be. Because that's how the universe works, people. It may seem, like I'm speaking silly to the uninitiated, but I'm not sure there's too many uninitiated people watching my videos. You've all got some level of experience with synchronicity and the law of attraction and creating your own reality via your thoughts, and you can introspect yourselves, and you can see what damage you are doing with your incessant ruminations, going around, creating your negative disposition and generating lethargy and all those sort of things. All you have to do is to change that. And some people can say, yeah, well, it's easier said than done. Well, I mean, it's not easy to do it if you are perpetually in that groove. You have to get outside of that groove, people. You have to step outside of that groove. You have to step outside of the everyday things that you do, the everyday rat runs that you do, because you won't find anything new in those rat runs. You've done it all 1,000 times. You have to create new rat runs. You have to put yourself in new environments. You have to meet new people, and then new opportunities will come your way. And then, via synchronicity, you will find a book left on the train by somebody, and it's the perfect book for you. You will find, money here and there. You will meet people that are just walking out into the street and going to throw something in the skip that you really wanted. It's kind of, wow, that's unbelievable. This stuff happens. As soon as you open your mind to the cosmic genius, as soon as you're one with it, you will want for nothing, ever. And so this is why I say about the money aspect of this. I never wrote this book for the money. I wrote this book because I was told to by the cosmos. And the cosmos has given me all I'll ever need up to this present day, because of the work I've been doing for it. Because I am the cosmic ambassador, or one of them, then the cosmos provides for me. And I don't have to do anything or worry about anything. I never ever have to consider money. And miraculously, as soon as funds are getting, catastrophically low, then there's a miracle that happens which replenishes those funds, and all of a sudden, I've got plenty of money, more than I can ever use. So that's how it is. I'm encouraging you all to buy the book for your own benefits, because if you've been watching my videos, it's a natural progression. I can't imagine if you've watched 10 of my videos why you wouldn't be intrigued about what's in that book. And particularly because of the readings I've been doing, only a fool, only a deadhead wouldn't be inspired or intrigued to want to know what's in the book and to find that money, even if it entails looking around your house and just ask yourself, what can I sell? You know, there's got to be something that you can sell. There's got to be some odd job that you can do, an errand for somebody. It's going to give you 20 quid. Come on, people, it's a joke. And so the questions I'm asking is, what keeps you in that level of poverty? What keeps you so restricted and governed? What is it that isn't enabling you to have spirit enter into your life? There's something there, because this book pertains to spirit. It's your portal direct into your cosmic consciousness, if you don't have it already. If you do have it already, then it's just another arrow to your quiver. Something to contemplate and inspire you and generate, you know, wonderful cosmic feelings of abundance and blessedness and all different sorts of things. And so here am I, you know, seemingly flogging the dead. You know, like I say, it takes all sorts to make a world. And there's all sorts watching my videos. There's some very, very negative dispositions that, even if they could, they would never want to buy the book, because it would be admitting something to them that they don't want to admit. And, you know, there is a smidgen of resentment from some of you towards me. And so that will, you know, cut your own nose off to spite your own face. And, oh! All right, yeah, cool. Yeah. Come down here and get yourself on film, mate.
Yeah, this is my land. This is private land.
Well, you know, you're about 60 years old. You're not going to last long. Is it your land? Are you taking it with you? No, you're not taking it with you, mate. So, you know, you've just got a blessing from the cosmos to walk upon it during your fleeting life. So I wouldn't get too carried away with yourself, you know. So it's hobbling over slowly, because he's an old man, but you know, I'll just walk over here a bit slowly and give him time to catch up and see what the conversation is. So over there, there's the footpath, and so he may think he owns that land as well, but because I'm, you know, 100 yards other side of that, and he's got something to say about that. So it's going to take him forever to get here. So yeah, poverty, people, it's your own doing. If you think rich, you'll grow rich. And if you look at all the opportunities that you have to change your circumstances and, you know, climb out of what you consider is your poverty, then you'll do it. And all we have to do is you have to look at people who are no more intelligent than some of you, and they've got no more energy. It's just that they think that they should have more, and they do have more. And you know, money just comes to them. And so you know, you might want to try that. Anyway, so I'll cut this video, and if he comes over, then I'll start it again, yeah?